Okay, this is me pleading and begging you to stop this before things get way out of hand. I noticed that, Kevin Grove, he's acting off of you, and, you know, my life could be taken, Kevin's life could be taken, all based on your lies, all based on all this bullcrap that you've said in court, which you know to be wrong. I've not been harassing you, just contacting you probably once a month, which you stated in the protection order, and you've never contacted me and said, don't contact me anymore. That's the way harassment goes. At the end of our marriage, we sat down and I asked you, what did I not do as a husband? And you told me I did everything that a husband was supposed to do. And I just had got to the point where I didn't want to be married to you anymore. You were jeopardizing my freedom countless times over and over, disrespecting me. We went to court in Jefferson Parish after I had asked you to have an abortion with Hunter, and then you turn around, put me on child support because I took him and somebody told you whatever. So you not caring about me, we go to court for a custody hearing, and you have me locked up before I even get to go before the judge for child support in arrears. That's me going to jail. Then, you agree to marry me. You came down the year before Katrina, fleeing from a storm, and you turned to me, and I was being a friend to you. And then later on, we decided to get married. And I explained to you how I lost my mother and how I was just tired. I didn't want to go through any more bullshit. And I hope that you were old enough to not want to go through any more bullshit at all anymore either. So after I came down to New Orleans, and you had me arrested by Gretna police, had me locked up. I stayed in jail overnight. You sleeping peacefully, calmly, no sympathy, no compassion for me, the father of your child, you know, and like I said, you've countless times jeopardized my freedom. And then in Shreveport, I move us to Shreveport, fleeing from Katrina. You asked me, whenever I guess Rita was coming by, if your mom could come stay with us. I said, yeah, cool. You know, I got, anything for my wife because I want to make sure you're happy. So then your mother moves in, and her people pay rent one time whenever our deposit was waived because of us being Katrina refugees, because we weren't refugees in our own country. But eventually, your whole family came down there. Mook, her boyfriend, her boyfriend's mother, her son, Vonnie, Yvonne, her husband, their two children, with Naughty or Leonard Adams as well. And I remember before, whenever we was in New Orleans, you came and you talked to me about Leonard uh, basically getting over on your mom, not working, just laying up on her, letting her work like two jobs and stuff like that. And I went to him and I talked to him and I changed the situation, because he started working thereafter. So whenever they moved to Shreveport and you're paying $500 electric bills, and I say, hey, I can't afford that. I got my kids outside this marriage, and I got my my student loans to pay, and then I had to sit down and talk to him, and y'all confer and act like I'm treating y'all like kids because I don't want to pay for people that are getting FEMA money. Like I'm the bad guy. You turn everybody against me. Whereas you, my wife, my ex-wife now, was supposed to be my best friend, you know, after toward the end of our marriage. Like I said, I took y'all out to California. You met my sister, Annetta. Then she passed away. I come home. We get into it or whatever, and I'm telling you, just leave me alone. Then you run and call the cops and lie and send me to jail the day my sister died. I don't even remember how many days I spent in jail because of that. But I told you in Gretna, I was tired of going to jail, Donyale. And you just could not respect that. You just want to be evil and vindictive. So, yeah, I mulled everything over, you know. And this is after 3 times you left whenever you were pregnant with Harley. I'm out on the road, which a company, they come down and interview us both and explain to you that this is stressful situation that has broken up many of the homes because of the man being out on the road. Are you in agreement with this? Oh, yeah, you say, but you have no honor and no integrity to stick to your word. So you cause problems. Even at one point, you take my printer. You didn't take the computer. You didn't take uh, other items or whatever, but you just took the printer to hinder me being able to send in my weekly reports that you knew I had to do just to cause problems. I blew it off. Oh, you're hormonal. You're pregnant. Come home, baby. I love my wife. So after I went to jail and had to bond myself out, uh, I take us to counseling. I have us baptized under the condition that we first married at your pastor's church, that we went through 3 therapies to our counseling in agreement that I was going to be the head of the household. So I take us, we get baptized under the stipulation that I'm the head of the household. And then you go to court and you tell them the truth that you lied, and then you get sent to jail, convicted, and you keep calling me to bond you out. The bail that I had to go and recover from bonding myself out and turn around and give it to you that I never got back, for problems that you caused. That's wasteful. We don't have that money. We didn't have that money. If I'm not mistaken, we had a truck note at that time to which you ran off with and didn't want to return to the people because we weren't paying the notes because you quit your job after I explained to you that we needed the unemployment money so that we can pay that truck note. But you, like I said, disrespecting me, quit your job to which you couldn't receive unemployment. And then after that, you, like I said, you take the kids, you kidnap the kids. You tell me you're going to take Harley to the doctor because she was throwing up. And then I call you 2 or 3 hours later, just checking on you. And you're telling me you're on the road to New Orleans. All these stunts, man, all these problems. And like I said, you have the ability to stop all of this by just recognizing, all right, you're in a good little household. Somebody, you got your new car and this and that. Do you not appreciate that? Do you not want to protect that? Because all that could be lost in an instance over all these lies that you are telling, over all this drama that you are keeping up. Because, like I said, I keep Trey's car after you kidnap the kids. I fix it. I keep contacting him throughout basic or AIT and he never responds. But then one day y'all show up in Shreveport at my uncle's house and he tries to get in the car. I'm trying to tell him, hey, let me get items out the vehicle. And the vehicle has no license plate. It was stolen. So you can't really drive it. And he drives over me. So you call the police. And with me trying to protect my stepson, who has patterned his life after me, gone to uh, Captain Shreve, joined the JROTC program, was running track until I told him that he needed to make sure his grades were right, and then goes to IT and basic. And I'm trying to safeguard this kid because when he was younger, he asked me to be his stepfather, and I'm trying to get you to understand that this kid has made me his role model. So protecting my stepson, I don't tell the police that he drove over me with the car. They come, take me to jail off of you. I spent like 10 days in jail. You got me kicked out of my uncle's house. That's the reason why I became homeless. Because of you. Not even going back to the IRS levying my account. Once I changed, I realized that you were just terrible with money, and you had been filing single, had a household all them years, 3 years that we were married, when we had agreed to file jointly married, because that was one of the stipulations, because I told you when me and Tanya got married, she wouldn't file jointly for some reason. So I wanted you to take my last name. I wanted to have actually a junior. It was supposed to be a male son. And then I wanted us to file jointly married. But after the IRS 3 years passed, they levied my account, close all access to my money. And that is the reason why I became homeless, was directly because of you. So all these problems you've caused me, throughout our relationship, I didn't ask you out. I didn't, seduce you. And I asked you to have an abortion with Hunter because I told you I didn't trust you. I told you I was still married and I didn't want to have a child by any other woman because I had trust issues because of my ex-wife. My ex-wife was the love of my life. I used to always love Diana Ross, and she was the spitting image of Diana Ross. And the pain that I suffered from her betraying me countless times, I was just not trying to be in a relationship or nothing like that, like deep with any woman. You were supposed to be my friend. You were supposed to be my best friend. You got whipped. Best you ever had. I'm sorry. That's just how I do. But after all of that, like I said, I went to Salvation Army. They tell me different sheriffs are showing up trying to serve papers. Then my dad tells me something about getting papers served to him. So I flee to California, trying to just get back on my feet, And while I'm out in California, you call me, you talk to me. Actually, it got to the point to where you were so problematic and calling me. I told you, text me, because I'm not trying to deal with all them emotions that you got, all them feelings or whatever, because I never hurt you. I never hit you. I never slapped you. I never did anything wrong to you. I treated you like my queen because that's what you were at that point. But then you proved to me that you were too ghetto. You were just a peasant. You're unworthy, unappreciative of anything that I gave to you. So I wanted out. So, like I said, 4 years I'm out in California, I call, or you call me for my birthday, have the kids call me for Father's Day and my birthday, and I'm able to interact with my kids. But then the moment that I get on the road to come back here to New Orleans, you stop answering my calls. You start being problematic and vindictive. Yeah, you told me that the CPS worker had called you and left a message and you didn't call her back or whatever. You knew what you were doing, So, and I talked to you about Kevin. I asked you, have you done a background check on this dude? I don't care about you being in a relationship, but my baby done told me this, that he molested her, that she had blood in her panties. Well, he's all right. He got daughters. That's what you told me. So it wasn't about you being in a new relationship, which is something, like I said, you're just trying to upset me. I don't care about you like that. Never have. I only married you because of my stepson asking me to be his stepfather, and my son trying to break the tradition of fatherlessness like I was subjected to. I only care about my kids. I did everything for them, not for you, because you crazy, which you admitted to me. You know, it's not that I make you crazy. It's just your ass is just crazy. Period. You got some wires crossed or something. You need a psychological counseling or evaluations, you know. And our kids at this point, with all the parental alienation and bull crap you done did, they need counseling. You done intercepted all of my mail. Now I send to them, trying to keep up communications. You don't give it to them. Even now, I write my kids. They never get the letters. That's parental alienation. And I'm asking you, like I said, to stop this before something gets crazy. Police come, they get involved, I get locked up. I'm gonna be pissed because I done told you, I done explained to you over and over and over and over. I value my freedom. I'm not gonna play with you like that. And what you're gonna do is you're gonna piss me off. And like I said, you got Kevin to worry about, because he's listening to you, or he's trying to be protective of you and this and that. He might get involved, get hurt. Me, the father of your kids, I might get involved, or something happens. I get hurt, or I get killed. You know, your mom, all this drama that you're bringing up on her. Like I told her, she got high blood pressure. Mama sent. I'm not trying to upset you at all. I feel for you. I just wish your daughter felt for you and spared you all this bullshit. Like I said, this is my plea, my asking you, do the right thing, Donyale. For the sake of the new life that you have, for the sake of the new vehicle you have, for the sake of the house that you always wanted that this guy has given you, for the sake of Kevin Grow, who has basically been there or helping you, for the sake of your mom, and least and foremost, for the sake of your own children, Donyale. Please, I beg of you, stop this. Stop this. All I want to do is be a part of my kids' lives. Help them, guide them, give them ideas, because I don't want Hunter to go to trade school. I help trade, like I said, get financial assistance. He joined up the National Guard at 17, just like I did. Student loan money, free tuition, and GI Bill, which Vernon them was laughing about him because he's now living with this woman with a kid, and I just see him still following after my footsteps like I did with you. I want my son, or I want our son, to go to college. I want him to have the support system that he deserves. Harley nor Hunter asked to be born, and this is not right. To have them involved and to punish them, in this situation for just being born. They didn't ask for any of this. So out of love for them, if you can love, because I see that you're narcissistic. Everything is about you. You want to be this center stage, you want to be keeping up with the Joneses. All right, now you're there. What are you going to do to keep that? How are you going to protect it, Donyale? By keeping up with all these lies that's only going to self-destruct? That's only going to tear you back down to being that Calio ghetto hood rat that you are? Do the right thing. Stop lying. Stop all these problems with me just seeing my kids. How would you feel? You remember whenever I took Hunter? You know how you cried on the phone for me, to bring him back and this and that, and then turn around and put me on child support and all of that when I was giving you $400 a month. Me buying him Oshkosh B'gosh clothes and you taking it back and getting the money for it. These are your kids that you're fucking over, Donyale. This is your mom that you're fucking over. This is a man that possibly loves you. I don't know. I think he's just an old trick, you know. All that shit, the big booty, the cellulite, the fucked up legs, fucked up knees, the fucked up stomach. He can have all of that. Because I never been crazy about any of that. Our whole relationship was based off of friendship. Me feeling like you had my back. Me feeling like you was somebody I could confide in. You remember on Lafitte Street when, you came to me, you told me that it wasn't going to work. I cried because I was just, going through so much. In Gretna, when I walked back from jail, and I'm not sure what I did, try to get my items out the house, and then you come sit in my lap in my car, I cried then. But my mother had died. So it took all I could to control my actions to never hurt you, Donyale, to never punch you, to never slap you, to never kick you like you put on the protective order for Judge Jupiter, to honor you always,